Hey everybody, it's Wednesday the 19th, and the market did finish just down slightly here for the S&P 500. Still above the 5-day moving average in the week-to-date volume-weighted average price, so we're still in good shape overall. For some reason, my post-market is on. I don't want that, so just regular hours trading is what we'll look at here. We're above the rising 5-day moving average. Again, it feels a little bit tired, but we're holding above this prior band of resistance, and only breaking below that would put us a little bit more defensive. The NASDAQ is in a similar situation. It came close to a breakout here, as we know. It's preferred that we get a breakout before a sell-off, but it doesn't mean it has to happen. Right now, this is our key level of resistance in the near term, and I think shorter term, this is the level we want to see hold up. If that fails to hold, then I think we'll see a little bit deeper pullback. We are just starting earnings season. After the close today, we have Netflix. That's the one that I'm sorry, not Netflix, but Tesla, of course. Netflix was yesterday. IBM, Lam Research, stocks like that. So, we're going to have a lot of activity in both directions, and that is the key to stay focused on the action of the individual names and being aware of when the earnings reports are due for the stocks that we're looking at. The Russell 2000 put in a rare update today. That is, it didn't gap up and sell off as it has been so many times recently. We're still up against this important level right in here. This is the anchored VWAP from that peak, as well as the year-to-date VWAP and the 200-day moving average all coming together in here, along with that 50-day moving average. So if this market continues to move higher, there's a lot of reasons to think that it won't be able to make it through this level. So again, I think it's basically a waste of time. Semiconductors are not reversing in here. Instead, they came back down and tested this low. If we see further testing of this area and maybe a negative earnings report from one or two of the semiconductors, then I think it's likely we're going to head down towards that year-to-date anchored volume-weighted average price. These guys have been pretty much in a relentless upward move this year, so some kind of pullback isn't to be unexpected here. To just think that they're going to continue to move higher is a little bit naive. The biotechs are right up against this level here again. So yesterday we reversed off that level a little bit. Today we're right back at it. Looking to the weekly time frame, what do we have? We've got a whole bunch of reason to think that not much is likely to happen in this general area. Here's the anchored VWAP from this peak as well. From this low we have in this area too. So this is clearly a level of a lot of interest from buyers and sellers. And when they're all stacked up like that, it makes it more likely after a move like this that it's going to do a whole bunch of nothing, perhaps undergo some profit taking, and then reset. Financial stocks or let's look at the two time frames. And by the way, there was one suggestion to move the watermark over to the daily time frame, and I think that makes sense because we want to look at more detail on this. There were three comments about the watermark. One says, "Hey, I like it." One said, "Don't need it," and the other one was said, "Why don't you put it on the daily chart instead?" So, that's where we are for now with this. But the financials are right up into this area that we've been talking about. They're just short of it. And again, that's the 50-day moving average, the 200-day moving average, and the year-to-date anchored volume-weighted average price. I think that if we continue up towards there, then eventually we're going to pull back down and see how the anchored VWAP from the peak could potentially hold as support. Right now, there's no reason to think it's going to pull back because we are, above that rising 5-day moving average, above the week-to-date VWAP, and still we're extended in the near term, but the bounce continues for the financial stocks. Energy names down slightly. Again, I think they're probably going to consolidate somewhere near this year-to-date anchored VWAP.